Here we are hanging with Deez. Christmas week. Merry
Yes,
Christmas.
sir. Merry Christmas, everybody.
I refuse to say happy holidays because it's fucking Christmas.
It is. And if I didn't work
uh,
tomorrow, I'd have stuff in my beard.
week 16 is upon us. Got a game going on right now. For the record, we did make our pick on that game. Both of us went with the Rams. They are currently up 10-0. About 6 minutes and some change left in the second quarter. So we'll go over week 15 a little bit, and of course give our week 16 picks, and once again address elephants in the room,
That one.
and that one.
Ugh.
Yeah, let's start it off with the Saturday, the Steelers debacle. Man, talk about a dick tease. They come out, on fire. Well, not on fire. They went 3 and out, but then the defense comes out on fire. TJ Watt gets a big sack, puts us in a short field. Go down, get the touchdown, and then we get another big stop, a blocked punt. I mean, I thought, oh, here we go. Like
Right.
we're gonna run them out of the building, and we don't score again for the rest of the fucking game and give up 30 unanswered points. Minka Fitzpatrick gets hurt. DeMonte Casey, the very next play, or was it the other way around? I think it was the very next play. DeMonte Casey murdered Michael Pittman Jr.
Yeah.
and got ejected. Now, look, throw all the flags you want. I get it. You want to make the game safer. That's fine. Should not have been an ejection.
No.
He led with his shoulder. These guys are getting paid millions of dollars to put their bodies on the line and make football plays. That was a football play. It was not malicious.
On both sides. It was
Yeah.
a bad throw by the quarterback.
Absolutely.
It was a desperation attempt to catch it to keep the drive alive, and it was a good deal. I mean, what else do you want the defensive player to do? You can't lead with the helmet. You can't hit him above the nipples. You can't hit him below the belly button. You can't hit him on the run. You can't blow on him when he's standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want him to do?
Everybody we have the luxury of watching it in slow motion. So it looks like, and when you see it in slow motion, oh, like he fucking went right low when he was diving. Right. If you've never played the sport,
you throw your body in a direction and
have that much time to make a decision on what you're going to do. The ball is coming. Casey sees the receiver. He's like, okay, I need to get a nice clean hit there. Dive, hit, boom. Fine. Like I said, throw the flag all day, every day. Should not have been an ejection.
Nope.
But then the NFL said, hold my beer. We're going to fucking throw you out of the league for the rest of the year.
They pulled some NCAA shit.
Just egregious. Awful. And I can't believe that he appealed it and they upheld. The only thing they changed about it was they said originally the suspension was you're out rest of the year, whether you make the playoffs or not. So the NFL, with their grand sense of humor, goes, okay, if you make the playoffs, you can play. You can play, knowing full well that we're not going to make the fucking playoffs. No. We're not going to win another fucking game.
But it makes them look better.
Yeah, it's just when you first off, you got Mike Mitchell, who I get it, he was a Steeler for a long time, but he received many a FedEx letter with fines for big hits.
Sure.
He is the defensive backs coach for the Indianapolis Colts. And he came out and defended Casey and said that it was, what do you want these guys to do?
It looked bad.
Yeah.
It looked bad on the instant replay. The whole world saw it, and the NFL felt they had to do something. You want to fine him, even suspend him one game. Everybody be like, okay. But the whole season?
To be fair,
I
it's
mean,
3
granted,
games.
there's only 2 games left.
Who'd they have?
But
3.
3.
Jackson from Denver, didn't he get a 4-game suspension appealed down to 3, I believe, or 2 or something like that?
I'm not sure. I don't follow that stuff too much.
Yeah, one of the
But
Broncos, but
Cowboys, I
he
do, but
actually
not
was fucking headhunting. Like
sure.
there, clear video evidence that he was fucking headhunting. But yeah, it's ridiculous. So you got Mike Mitchell that comes out in saying something.
Right.
You have not Michael Pittman Jr. coming out and saying anything,
Right.
either for or against, which,
That
if it was
says a lot
such
in
a
itself.
yeah, if it was such a nasty, dirty hit, you would
Right.
think he'd be like, "Hey, man, I'm trying to live my life here."
Right.
Didn't say a word.
Go into Twitter or something and
But then you
and
got Tom Brady coming out, and it started with an Instagram post, and then he went on a podcast. I can't remember whose it was, but basically reiterating what he said in the Instagram post. Like, these guys, yeah, we don't want to see him get hurt, but these guys are doing a job. How about the quarterbacks not throw such shitty passes that put their
sure.
receivers in bad situations?
Yep.
Put the ball where he's not going to get killed. He's like, we need better coaches. We need better decisions by our quarterbacks.
Right.
The player safety
Yeah,
be damned. Like it,
and I watched the replay a few times, and it doesn't look like the ball slipped.
no, he just sailed it.
It wasn't tipped.
Nope.
He just sailed it, and he was making a play on the ball, being a professional, trying to help his team, and and Casey was doing the same thing. I'm sure he's gonna knock the ball loose. What he's trying to do.
Yeah, and
And
so they threw him out of the game, and then, like I said, the very next play, it was one or the other. I can't remember because I was in such a fucking rage.
right.
I believe it was the very next play is when Minka Fitzpatrick got hurt, and we're fresh out of fucking safeties, so we're basically starting a practice squad guy, and we are moving Patrick Peterson to safety, probably for the remainder of the year, because we already lost Keanu Neal weeks ago. So unless they pick somebody up off the scrap heap, which to me, I think Peterson might have to make that a full-time switch anyway. I think it's time.
Sure.
You could get some packages where he's up on a slot or something like that, but if he wants to continue in this league, I think it's time that he moves to safety. That's just my personal opinion.
Right.
But total horseshit. We're already super banged up at linebacker, and to add insult to injury, the Colts ran the ball. What was it? 17 straight plays, and ended up with a touchdown on it. Like we couldn't do anything right after the first quarter.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
Nice. Mitch looked like Mitch, horrible, and subsequently got benched late in the game, but who gives a fuck? It was already too late.
Right.
And you've got all these old players and new fighting. You got more video of George Pickens basically quitting on a block that could have, if he blocks his man was basically the guy that tackled Jaylen Warren. What turned into no touchdown. No, I don't think we did score on that drive. I think we got stopped on fucking 4th and goal. So just in total fucking shambles right now. Yeah. I don't know how George Pickens comes back from this. I hate to see it because the man's got talent. I understand where his frustrations are coming from, but at the same time, you can't be a professional football player and quit on your teammates like that.
No, you're supposed to be out there helping them play better, pick them up when they're down, lift their heads up. You don't just say, well, fuck it, we're the Steelers.
Yeah, it's a bad look, and I'm kind of teetering on both sides of the fence here. Part of me was like, get him the fuck out of town. But then the other part of me is like, man, he's just got immense talent. And if we just put him with the right coaches, the right system, the right players around him, that we can right this ship. It's not too late. He's still only a
Yeah.
second-year guy. He can still grow up. It'll be interesting to
Oh
see
yeah.
how the Steelers handle that.
Yeah. He definitely needs to stick around. I think they need definitely need to find the right coaches for Pittsburgh, and they need a quarterback because I don't think anybody they got on that roster is it.
I agree wholeheartedly. I don't think they're going to give up on Kenny. I really don't. But
No, but I mean, bring a guy in to battle for his job.
yeah, the way things are going right now, yeah, we are going to have, as of right now, I think we're picking 16th. I can't see us improving that by a whole lot, just for the simple fact that I honestly can't really see us winning any more games. Mike Tomlin record be damned, and I know, he finds a way. And even, I see all these people talking about, oh, well, if Kenny Pickett plays, we've won these last 3 games. I don't know that I can say that. Looking at his body of work prior to the injury, it's not like he was lighting it up. They were
Right.
still a complete, with the exception of the one game right after Matt Canada got fired, our offense was still a complete shit show. It's not like you can change. The system is the system. Could you call it better? Sure, but I'm not convinced that Kenny Pickett would have made a huge difference. We might have won one of the games against one of those sorry ass 2-10 teams, possibly.
Right.
And with him, by all appearances, looks like he might be ready to go next week. They were pushing for this week. Doesn't look like it. Well, he's been ruled out. But I got to imagine that unless he has a setback, he'll probably be good to go for Seattle. But that's in Seattle.
Right.
And then the following week is in Baltimore. Division game, I get it, but the way I see things going right now, there's no fucking shot we're winning in Seattle and in Baltimore.
No.
This
Not
week at home, last home game against Cincinnati, I won't be utterly fucking shocked. I realize it's Mason Rudolph, but again, can't be any worse than what we've seen all season.
right.
Maybe, just maybe, some of the shit that's going on right now kind of brings the boys together and they say, hey, let's, but again, as I sit here right now, I don't think we're going to win another game.
No, I would agree with you. They definitely not beating Baltimore. The way Seattle's playing right now, you're losing that one by 10 at least.
In Seattle, for sure.
And Cincinnati, they're clicking right now. They've been doing pretty well. It is a home game though. That one, flip a coin for me. I've got Cincinnati, but they could they really could surprise somebody.
Are they doing what because of Christmas, Jake? And gun to my head, as much as I think it is time to move on. Oh yeah, that's funny. Yeah, Rudolph, the third string QB.
It's gonna leave with the bloody nose.
The whole Tomlin thing, like I think it's time to change. I'd like to move on. I'd like to wipe the slate completely clean.
Right.
I think that might be the only way to kind of get things back. However, the realist in me says that's not going to happen, that they're going to keep him.
They probably will.
At this point, the only thing I can hope for is that Rooney comes in and says, all right, look, I do believe in you. You've given us, 17 good years, but you got a clean house.
Right.
This is not Steeler football. When you've got all these old heads, the Big Bens and Kiesel and the old timers, even Cower today on Pat McAfee. I don't know if you saw that or not.
I did
Talking
not.
about, just about the Steelers and their culture is if I'm Dan Rooney or sorry, Dan Rooney, Art Rooney, and I'm looking at that, I'm telling my coach, look, I mean, everybody is talking about how this isn't Steeler football. This isn't the Steeler way. You need to wipe everybody out and bring in people that want to do things the Steeler way with our players that we have. And if those players don't want to do things the Steeler way, get them the fuck out of town.
Right.
Like Bill Cowher said it best today on Pat McAfee, where he was like, all I need from you is effort, and I'll take
Yep.
care of the rest. I want you to play as close to that line as you possibly can without going over. And if you go
Yep.
over, I'll pull you back. If you keep going over, then I'm going to sit you down and tell you that maybe this ain't the team for you, because that's not how we do things here. And that's what needs to happen now. Everybody goes, oh, well, stop living in the past. No, fuck that. You can still play the game the way that the old guys played it. You can still play for each other and stop all this me bullshit. And I realize that's the generation that we're in with social media, and it might be a difficult thing to do, but you can either fucking do it or you can move on somewhere else, and we'll find somebody who will, because there's a lot of people that want to play football.
Oh yeah, all kinds of them, and they'd be happy to play in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I don't think there's going to be. I completely lost my train of thought.
Okay. Go get her.
Like the
Here, Kayla, take.
The only
this.
coach, in my opinion, that I think is worthy of sticking around would be Danny Smith,
Thank you.
which is our special teams coordinator, because they have been pretty solid. Hell, we've got 3 blocked punts this year, which I think is pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, I mean, you're teetering on an NFL record there.
Yeah. So he can stay. Everybody else get the fuck out. The linebacker, the inside linebacker coach, I like him. But everybody else, no. When you look around the league, perfect example, they're on TV right now. The Los Angeles Rams, before the season started, we traded Dotson, right guard, to them. Our left guard, I'm sorry. So what happens? They move him to right guard, which is his natural position, because he's more of a run mauler type, which typically is your right side guard. He's got the highest rating in the fucking league. It's the highest graded offensive lineman or offensive guard in the league. And we traded him because we didn't think he could play. Dan Moore Jr., our left tackle, who they, for some unbeknownst reason, refused to bench. Instead of putting Broderick Jones there in his natural left tackle position, they benched Chooks Okafor and put him over there. Keep Dan Moore there. Dan Moore Jr., worst graded pass protection tackle in the league. What are we doing? So,
and that's saying something, because Terrence Steele, our right tackle, is terrible. He has flashes of good, but
so offensive line coach, you got to fucking go.
Yep.
I don't care how much it costs. If I am Art Rooney, I'm on the phone right the fuck now.
Daily. Everybody.
Who? Oh, no.
On the phone daily.
Well, that too. Mike Munchak. I'm on the phone with Mike Munchak right now, every day if I have to convince him to come back. And he wanted to come back a couple of years ago, and we passed. When Mike Munchak was our offensive line coach, talent-wise, we didn't really have a lot of talent there, other than we had Pouncey and DeCastro were good. Everybody else was kind of questionable.
I mean,
and then Mike Munchak comes in, and we were one of the top offensive lines in football.
Right, and when it comes to an offensive line, Defensive line, not so much. I mean, you want to have some speed and strength there. Your coaching of your offensive line, in my opinion, is hands down more important than their individual talent.
Yeah.
Because you can take a big dude, a big white dude, and get his feet working right, his hands working right with anybody with the right coach.
Agreed.
There's a lot of coaches out there in this league that are there because of their daddy or their uncle or their history or whatever that don't know how to coach the position. They're just there. There's a lot of technical footwork and handwork, coming from an old offensive lineman.
Yeah, me too.
That takes an average Joe and turns him into an all-star.
Yep.
And if you ain't got the right offensive line coach, I don't care who you have on the offensive line, they're going to suck.
Very similar situation with the defensive backs. Our defensive backs coach. We had a guy that we picked up from San Francisco, traded for him, in fact, Akilo Weatherspoon. Was the starter in San Francisco, was actually pretty decent, and then he kind of fell off. So that's why San Francisco was like, yeah, you can have him. He comes to us, had a couple flashes here and there, but was basically picked on a lot. Just didn't play well. So we let him go.
Sure.
Guess what? He's one of the top rated fucking cover corners in the league this year, as far as pass breakups and things like that. Right. So again, what changed?
Coaching.
Exactly.
Atmosphere, environment, locker room. Because his on the field talent didn't change.
Yeah.
His body
got older.
Now I don't know about his body. Did he lose weight, gain weight, get stronger, get faster?
He might have got a little stronger, but he was pretty skinny.
But from one year to the very next, coaching. That is the only thing that changed.
Yeah.
And that's the only thing that is what the Steelers need. They need a fire sale. They need to get rid of everybody but the owner. I mean, you might, like you said, special teams coach, maybe an intern, a cheerleader here and there. But you need a clean slate, rebuild for a year or two, refine the Steeler way, and put butts in seats and wins in the W column.
And back to my original point that I think I started this conversation with is with what's going to happen with the rest of the season. I predict we're going to be 12 to 14 as far as our first round pick.
Yeah, you're sitting at 16 right now.
Yeah.
And of course, all the way up to 10th is 6 and 8.
Yeah.
So, Atlanta, Green Bay, which we know is going to win another game or two. Seattle 6 and 7. They're going to win another game or two. And against Steelers. So yeah, you're going to move up at least 2 spots. The Saints are right there. The Broncos are right there. I mean,
I'm taking a fucking quarterback in round 1.
You have to. So let's say, okay, so
I'm not cutting or trading Kenny, but I'm taking fucking Jaden Daniels, or I'm taking Bo Nix, maybe Michael Penix Jr. if he's there. We'll see how he does in the workouts and things, because I'm still kind of a tweener.
I've seen a lot of mocks with, for some reason, Bo Nix dropping out of the top 10. I definitely see him going before that.
I have seen a few with us getting Jaden Daniels, which I would absolutely love.
But I can see Pittsburgh picking at number 11, right behind Atlanta. And that's where because Green Bay, the Raiders, maybe they might be 10th. You might be that you might be 12th. They might be 11th. But Green Bay, Seattle, New Orleans, and Denver are definitely going to win at least one more game, and you guys probably aren't. And that'll leave you at 7 and 10 in what I'm going to predict the number 11 spot, and you have 5 or 6 teams ahead of you that need a quarterback.
Who are the 5 or 6?
5 teams for sure. The Bears, the Patriots.
I'm not sure about the Bears.
The Bears need a quarterback? Yes. Will they take one? Probably fucking not.
Yeah, and I've seen a lot of stories and rumors that Pittsburgh might trade for Justin Fields. I don't know.
How many more Chicago projects do they want?
Oh,
But the Bears
with
need a
the right
quarterback.
coach, I think Justin Fields could be a solid quarterback.
I agree. And it's
So
not going to happen in Chicago. And right now, I don't see it happening in Pittsburgh either.
for me to get on board with that, I got to know who they're going to bring in as our coaching.
Yeah. Oh, you'd have to know the offensive line coach, the quarterbacks coach, the OC, who's who's going to call the play. I mean, you'd have to know everybody, not just the quarterbacks coach.
Yeah,
Just
and we'll know all that before
Yeah.
any of that happens. Like we're not going to trade for him, until whatever we're doing with our staff will be done. So I'm open to that, but I would still much rather have a Jaden Daniels or a Bo Nix. But who are the other teams that you were listing?
So Bears, Patriots, the Commanders might surprise you and take one. The Giants, that's a question mark, maybe. I know.
I think the Giants are.
I think they're all in on Daniel Jones.
I don't. His contract isn't guaranteed.
So, and then Tennessee and Atlanta.
Tennessee ain't taking one. There's no shot Tennessee's taking one. They've got fucking Will Levis, who has played pretty good for a rookie. He needs some more weapons, but yeah, they're not going to give up on Levis. He's shown too many good flashes.
Well, still, you got the Falcons.
Falcons, I could see taking one.
The Giants.
So there's potential 5 quarterbacks there.
Bears, Commanders.
The question is, do those teams have other glaring needs before before they go quarterback?
The only
5 quarterbacks are not going in the top fucking 10.
No, there's 2 teams that I can see taking a quarterback in the top 10, and that's the Patriots and the Falcons.
Patriots, I think you can go ahead and write it down now. They are taking Caleb Williams if the Bears don't.
Right. And then you got the Falcons.
And then the Carolina quarterback, what the hell is his name? Or not Carolina, North Carolina.
Drake May.
Drake May is likely to go number 2. And granted, all this can change when the combine and workouts happen. But the consensus as it sits right now seems to be Caleb Williams, Drake May, probably Bo Nix, and then Penix, Jaden.
Well, I'm telling you right now, if I'm Pittsburgh at number 11 and only 2 teams for sure probably taking a quarterback ahead of me, maybe 3, and you've got Penix Jr. or Bo Nix sitting there.
And is Jaden there?
Well, it's either Caleb and Jaden or Caleb and Penix are going to be your number 1 and 2, in my opinion.
No. Drake May is going to go before those 2.
You think so?
Yeah. Unless he absolutely shits the bed in workouts and whatnot, I think Drake May is known to be locked in as like a top 3 or 4 pick.
Any one of those 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have any one of those 5 quarterbacks sitting at number 11,
you got to go with it.
You got to take him. You'd be dumb not to. With your roster?
The only thing I'm a little leery of with Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. is that by college standards, they're old for rookies. You know what I mean?
Of those two, and I have a name in my head, who would fit better in the Steeler way?
See, I don't know that much about Michael Penix Jr., so I'm going to have to go with Bo Nix.
That's who I would pick. Like Jacob said, he's the most NFL ready. He's a pocket passer who has a little bit of leg. He's older. He's a little smarter. He's seen a little bit more. We've seen what them scrambling quarterbacks in Pittsburgh and other places that are a pocket passer type team, how well they do.
Yeah. Again, this is all contingent on who the fuck we bring in.
Sure.
The NFL is changing. I don't think that we're going to be saddled with we have to take a pocket guy first.
No, you
Kenny's
definitely
not really a pocket guy.
don't. But if you don't improve your offensive line coach and your offensive line, the scrambling quarterback isn't going to be worth shit.
Oh, I agree.
I don't care how good he is.
I honestly think that other center, definitely we have to address center, whether it's a bona fide free agent or a second or third. We have to get a center.
Right.
You move Broderick to left tackle. And I think with one full year under his belt now, Broderick and Isaac Samuel, whatever the fuck is, I can never say his name. And then you got James Daniels on the right, and then maybe you bring in another right tackle. But I don't think Chooks is that bad with the right system and coach. So you get a center, a true stud center, and I think our offensive line instantly becomes one of the better units in the NFL. Sure. I think they're that poorly coached.
Yeah, and they are. I've watched them. They're terrible.
Are we bringing in a guy that likes to run a spread type? Are we bringing in a guy that what's Greg Norman, who was the OC for the Ravens until the Ravens were like, no, we want him to pass the ball more. So again, I won't be mad at any of those top 5 guys, but I sit Kenny down and I say, look, we're not saying we don't believe in you, but we are picking this guy and you want it, you go get it.
Give us a reason not to play you.
Prove to us that you are a franchise quarterback. And there are teams out there that will trade for this guy.
Yeah.
If you can't do it, then you're going to be a backup quarterback in the NFL, or we'll move you somewhere where they can give you a fresh start. It is what it is.
Absolutely.
Defensively, we need to address the defensive line. Get a little younger. Cam's not going to be here forever. I love Keanu Benton. I think he's going to be around for a while. DeMarvin Leal kind of fell off this year, so we need some more depth at defensive line. Inside linebacker, I like Landon Roberts. I like Cole Holcomb. I didn't even mind Quan Alexander that much when we use him in coverage situations, but I still think we need to address inside linebacker. I like where we're at with outside linebacker. I like the, Nick Herbig, who's a rookie this year, and then we got Marcus Golden, so I don't think we really need to do much there. Corners, definitely need to address that. Get Corey Trice back healthy. Maybe pick up one in the second or third, depending on who's there. This team, I still stand by my, even though it's not going to happen, but I still stand by my prediction for next year. This team has the pieces to turn it into a Super Bowl contender with the right players and coaches thrown in with the core that they have there.
Sure.
That being said, again, I still don't think we're going to win another game, and I hate to say that, but I'm proud of myself because I have now been able to emotionally detach myself.
And I noticed took the jersey off.
Yeah. While I will root for them to win because I can't just let it all go.
You're not putting money on them.
I'm not, and I am accepting the loss. Like I'm walking into these next 4 games going, we're losing these.
Right.
3 games, sorry. We're going to lose all these. I'm going to accept it because there's better days ahead. We're going to, every game that we lose is that much better of a draft pick. So it is what it is.
Right.
So, anyway, Rams are now up 17-7.
Hopefully one of those went to Nakua.
He actually caught their first one.
All right.
Yeah. Quick rant. Guess who forgot that week 15 starts the playoffs in most leagues? This guy. Fuck you, Jake, by the way.
Oh, got him.
Absolutely forgot about it. I mean, I think I did my lineups, but I was not paying attention that it was playoff time. Maybe I would have tried a little bit harder, but literally all the leagues that I was in, I was either first or second. And the only league, I'm only still alive in one league. And I'm going in our playoffs for that league start this week, and I'm going into the playoffs having lost 4 straight.
Awesome.
Like, yeah, my team's just completely fucking collapsed down the stretch.
Yeah, and I'm sitting at 1 and 2 in both my leagues. So I'm doing okay. And I had a horrible miss last week. Was it your league? I think I left. Nope, it was my league. I got busy and totally forgot we had I had Olave in, and then he didn't play. It was a game time decision. I knew it was going to be close, and I even told myself, yeah, I should probably take him out. No, I'll get it tomorrow, or I'll get it later. And left. He didn't play. Got 0 points, and I won the game.
Wow.
I had, yeah. Let me see. Was this? Yeah. So I had 0 points from my wide receiver. I had 3 points from one of my running backs, 4 points from my tight end, and 8 points from my quarterback, and I still won. And the other guy did his team. It's not like he forgot.
Yeah,
I
against
had 26
Jake.
from Amari Cooper, 46 from McCaffrey, 20 from Rondé White, and then San Francisco defense I got off the waiver wire, which was how that happened. Got me 19 points.
Yeah. I had in my league, I was matched up against Jake, and Josh Allen is my quarterback in a week where they decide to run the ball 8,000 times.
Well, I would too if you played a team that's never seen the run and you run for 266 fucking yards.
Yeah. Who'd they play again?
I don't know. Jake says you didn't play him last week.
What? Yeah, you're the one that knocked me out of the fucking playoffs, aren't you?
You played.
No, I could have
You played
swore
Cowboy. Who's Cowboy? My dig small.
I thought that. Oh, okay. God damn it. I thought that was Jake's team. I thought Jake changed his team name. Son of a bitch.
You had a lot of points on your team, on your bench.
Yeah, but I was looking at it at who I could have had instead, and I don't think
you would have won either.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the same too. Waddle went off. Williams for the Rams went off. Justin Jefferson had a decent game. Tua had a decent game. Even though to win 30-0, he didn't score very many fantasy points.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chicago's defense against Cleveland.
You know, Travis
and he had even more points. Yeah, he would have whooped your
Austin Eckler laying a fucking egg against the Raiders killed me.
Yeah, NTN, his worst game of the year.
Yep. Yeah, there wasn't a lot looking at my roster not that I could have done differently.
0 points from a kicker. You usually get one field goal, one something. But
yep, it was bad. Yeah, maybe I looked at the team emblem, the helmet emblem, because I know Jake's is dark like that also, and I just assumed. But either way,
yeah, whoever Cowboy is, but
yeah,
you're playing me this week, Jake, are you?
That is Cowboy is actually he's the owner of the league where I'm actually still alive, but I'm probably going to lose because
you old master baiters. He's going to get beat by the scoregasms this week.
Nice. So
projected pretty close, but I don't think it's going to happen, buddy.
Looking back at last week and our picks, I was 11-5, and Bubba J here was 10-6. So
because of the fucking Cowboys-Bills game.
I told you they're on the road in Buffalo, and nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
And you know what? I'm glad Dallas lost. They got a little piece of humble pie. They got their fucking teeth kicked in. We made it through injury-free.
Speaking
for
of
the most part,
the Eagles,
and
the same.
we had. My only complaint is with the, and this is not me not saying, oh, we got fucked by the refs. We beat ourselves. That was a loss. That was a Cowboys loss. It was a typical Cowboys loss. I've been a Cowboys fan for a long time. That was a Cowboys loss. Textbook. It was fucking terrible. But to have a team that runs the ball for 266 yards and not one holding call, you got to raise an eyebrow to that.
Yeah.
It's
well,
kind of
the Eagles got the same. They can bitch too because that false start call
was bullshit.
What are we doing, NFL?
Right.
What that literally happens every single snap.
Are you talking about the Kelsey one? Or, where he picked the ball up?
Yeah, and moved it, to every single play that happens in the NFL.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that ball moves. And I don't know if you watch the New Heights with the Kelsey brothers or not.
Every now and then, but I saw that clip where he's
he said, "Yep, it was my fault. I need to grab the football and then plant my feet first, second." And that's, I played center for a little bit, not very much, practiced it a lot. But yeah, that's the first thing they say. You set the ball, then your feet. And then if you don't feel the quarterback's knuckles in your butthole, he's not close enough. So,
but that being said, it happens every single play.
It does. And just like you can call holding on every single play.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
I agree.
To not call one on a team that ran for 266 yards. Granted, Dallas needs to play better defense because that was embarrassing. They ran it right up the middle. It's not like they were doing trick plays, jet sweeps, tosses, reverses. They gave it to Cook and ran it right up our throats. They eliminated our bookends, D-Law and 11. Fuck.
How's Micah?
He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. He left for one or two plays and came back in.
Oh, gotcha. All right. Well, let's go ahead and jump into these picks because we're already 45 minutes in here.
Well, we have a lot of shitty stuff on our teams to talk about.
Yeah.
But, at least we're not in shambles. We lost a game that we probably are a little better than they've shown this year.
Yeah, you're in a lot better shape than the boys.
And with Philly losing, we didn't lose anything. We literally lost. We didn't lose any ground.
Yeah.
We pretty much
it was the perfect storm.
Yeah, pretty much solidified that, San Fran's going to be the number one seed. They're getting the bye, all that stuff. But we still have a very good chance of winning the division. So, and if the Eagles keep playing the way they're playing, the Eagles might not make the playoffs. Wouldn't that be something?
Right.
So let's do this. So we picked the Rams.
Yep, we both took the Rams.
Now pick your Steelers-Bengals game.
2 games on Saturday. We got the Bengals in the last home game. Rudolph, the third string QB, is the starter. Jake Browning has just been on fire with or without Jamar Chase this week. We've got no safeties. We barely have linebackers. Everybody's fucking pointing fingers at each other and arguing. Tomlin's lost the locker room.
Yep.
Bengals.
I do like that Tomlin did take accountability in his presser.
Blah, blah, blah. He says the same old shit.
Yeah, but he normally doesn't say it's my fault. And he said it was my fault. So.
Yeah, but you can talk all you fucking want until you take action.
Yep. No, Bengals are going to win this one. I think they're going to do it on the ground, though.
Why wouldn't they?
Right. I mean, Mixon's playing really good ball, and then you got that boy from Illinois running all over, looking pretty good. So here it comes again.
It's the only thing that can save us.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, taking the Bengals.
Yep. Me too.
Sorry. Swallow that down. Then we got the Bills Chargers. By the way, I called it. Did I not call it? I said the Chargers are going to lose this. I didn't realize they were going to give up 63 fucking points.
Right.
But yeah, I said they're going to lose this game, and Staley's probably going to be fired because now they've got the long extended break. And sure as shit, yeah, the standard is the standard. Right now, the standard is fucking horse shit.
Right.
Anyway, Bills are going to annihilate the Chargers.
I agree. I was surprised they didn't make Kellen Moore interim head coach, though.
Yeah,
but I can see why they didn't.
Yeah, keep the offense clicking.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Sunday, we got the Colts traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Both teams kind of struggling to grab a playoff spot. But the Colts look like they're on a roll. Jonathan Taylor might be back this week.
Yep.
Looks like he's going to at least try. So give me the Colts.
Yeah, same way. Falcons just, 1 week you get a good team, the next you don't. So it's, most weeks you don't. Yep. It is in Atlanta, though, but the Colts are playing good ball. Gardner Minshew for the win.
Seattle travels to Tennessee, taking on the Titans for a noon game. Not quite East Coast, but it is Eastern time, so the time zone might play a bit of a factor there. Geno Smith should be back. By the way, I've seen rumors that we might hire an offensive coordinator that has history with Geno Smith, so we might trade for Geno Smith. Fuck no. Let me just go on record. Fuck no on the Geno Smith train. Anyway, as far as this game goes,
I'm taking the Birds.
Yeah, I'll go Seattle as well. We got the Lions taking on the Vikings in Minnesota. Yeah, I think the Lions are back. Maybe hard to say.
They look back,
but the Vikings still have a bit of a clusterfuck at quarterback. So I'm going to take the Lions here.
Yeah, me too. Even though,
we'll totally not be shocked if the Vikings win this game.
No, and I was just going to say that. I'm hoping the Lions show up and play the new Detroit Lions football, but we'll see.
Commanders taking on the Jets. There's a game I want to watch twice.
a stoppable force against a penetrable object.
Yeah.
It's the worst offense in the league going against the worst defense in the league. I don't know if you saw that stat or not.
No, but I'm not at all surprised.
Yeah,
Sam Howell was benched last week for who? I don't even remember who their fucking backup. Oh, Jacoby Brissett.
Yep.
Want
to pick a tie?
Can't we?
We don't have to pick all the games.
I'm gonna take the Jets.
Do I have a coin?
Right. I'm taking the Jets because they're at home and defense.
Well, I do have one
can't carry the day, so that's where I'm going.
And I'm doing it. So we got a penny, tails, and heads. Heads is Jets, tails is whoever they're playing. And it's heads. Going with the Jets.
Packers, Panthers. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Packers.
Yeah, no shit.
Then we got the Browns taking on the Texans. Joe Flacco. CJ Stroud has not been cleared of the protocol as of yet.
No, he has not.
Case Keenum is set to start should Stroud not be able to go.
Yep. 38-year-old Joe Flacco, who has, in his first 3 games with a team, now this is in NFL history, the first 3 games with any team, of any quarterback, doesn't matter if you're a rookie or not, he has the 5th most passing yards in NFL history.
Wow. Yeah, give me the Browns.
So Jake's riding the Flacco train all the way to playoff Upsetville. But you know, he's gonna help him win this game, but he ain't gonna win the fantasy game. I'll tell you that. It ain't gonna happen.
All right. So you're taking the Browns too?
Yep.
All right, moving on. We got the Jags and the Bucks. Battle of Florida there.
In Tampa. Trevor Lawrence dropped a football just because last week. Just running with it and just dropped it.
He missed some practice time this week too.
Trevor did?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to take Tampa here. It's one of those gut feelings. I think Jacksonville is kind of hitting a wall.
Tampa's at home. It's a must-win to stay, for playoff.
Baker is actually having a better year this year than Tom Brady had last year.
I'll split this one. I'll take the Jaguars.
Cardinals and the Bears. I'm taking the home team. Give me the Bears.
I'm going to take Arizona.
Are they trying to make up some ground, huh?
No. I honestly think they're going to win.
Fair enough. Cowboys and the Dolphins. After you, sir.
The Cowboys. The Dolphins struggle a little bit against good teams, and whether people want to admit or not, Dallas is a good team. We do struggle on the road, but we're not. We have won on the road. And after that terrible game in the cold, they get to go down to Florida. Give me Dallas for sure. Not by a lot, but I think they're going to win.
I believe Tyreek Hill will be back this week.
I don't care.
Cowboys suck on the road. Even in the 3 that they won on the road, they were not pretty.
No, but we've won on the road.
Dolphins are 6-1 at home.
And what better place to win a road game after just freezing your ass off and getting your dick punched in than down in Florida in the sunshine?
Give me the Dolphins.
You can have the Dolphins because it's going to be a really good game. I got a buddy at work. I've been friends with him for years and years. He's a big Dolphins fan, so we're gonna have a lot of fun chirping at each other this weekend.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Then we got Sunday night, Patriots, Broncos. Denver.
Yeah.
And then we got the Christmas triple header. Kicking it off on Monday, we have the Raiders at the Chiefs. got no reason to think the Raiders are going to do anything there, especially in KC. So yeah, give me the Raiders.
Yeah.
Or Chiefs. I'm sorry.
Give you the Raiders.
Yeah,
Locked
no,
in. Got it.
Then we got 3:30. We got the Giants Eagles. I've been saying it for the last 3 weeks, but this is the week the Eagles bounce back.
This is the week. Yes, 100%.
Has to be.
Yeah. Tommy touchdown over there. He fired his agent.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't see that?
Over the pizza thing?
Yep. Over the pizzeria thing.
Wow, this dude was literally on like all of the news channels a week ago.
Yeah, and he just got inducted in the Italian something Hall of Fame.
The Boston Italian Sports Hall of Fame, or something like that.
And Tommy Touchdown said, I'm going to get my pizza over here.
Wow. He was on McAfee last week too.
Yeah. He said bye.
I don't think they even mentioned that today. That's hilarious.
Oh, that might be true, Jake. I'm not sure. I didn't read the whole thing. But he did say, no more. We are done doing business.
Yeah, that does make more sense.
But yeah. Still, either way, he said, cut it out.
Nice. And then finally, the game I think everybody is waiting for, Monday night, Christmas night, we get the Ravens and the 49ers in what many think could be a potential Super Bowl matchup.
Very well could be. Definitely the best team in the NFC, and record wise, it's the best team.
Both teams coming in 11-3, but let's not get it twisted. These two teams are not on the same caliber, in my opinion. They're just not. Baltimore has not shown the dominance against everybody the way that San Francisco has when healthy.
If the Ravens were in the NFC, they'd be 9-5 at best.
Yeah. Give me the Niners. And the line is 5. I think the Niners are going to win this game by more than 2 touchdowns.
Oh yeah, I'd take 5. I'd take 9.
Yeah, I'd be all over 5 with that.
For sure.
Because I think it's going to be like 35-17 type shit.
Yep.
Just too much talent, barring injury during the game. I cannot see the Ravens matching San Francisco's firepower.
Right.
So, all right, run them back for us and let's get the fuck out of here.
All right. We both got the Rams, the Bengals, the Bills, Colts, Seahawks, Lions, Jets, Packers, Browns, Broncos, Chiefs, Eagles, and the 49ers. You're taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers against the Jacksonville Jaguars, while I'm taking the Jags. I'm taking the Cardinals over the Bears. You think the Bears are going to win at home. And we split, of course, the Cowboys-Dolphins game. You're taking the Porpoises, and I got the Cowboys.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, that is going to wrap it up for us this week. We will be back next week.
Post-Christmas, pre-New Year's.
That's right. And
we'll have a big college bowl prediction, or at least talk some January 1 bowls, I'm sure.
Yeah, the bowl games start getting interesting. So don't forget to check out El Donzo and Deez Saturday morning on Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal. You can find that not only here on our YouTube channel, but also at cities929.com under the on-air talent. A lot of interesting things we're going to talk about this week. Also, we'll be back hanging with Deez. Bubba and I will be back next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday, depending on schedules. And like I said, talk about all the shit that we just talked about, and then whatever new shit that we got to talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot that could happen this weekend.
Absolutely. So, hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. Get all the toys and shit you want, unless you're a fan of anybody but Pittsburgh. Then I hope you get a whole bunch of fucking coal.
Merry
Please,
Christmas,
Santa,
you filthy animals.
bring us a new coach. Yep. Merry Christmas, folks. We'll see you next time.
Peace.
See ya.